A Digital Audio Workstation, D.A.W. or DAW, is a piece of software used for music production, recording, sound design, mixing, editing and exporting audio. If you want to work with sound on a computer, then you'll almost certainly need a DAW. There are tons of different DAWs to choose from, so how do you choose? I've researched 9 of the most popular DAWs on the market, looking at the similarities, differences and pros and cons of each one. The aim is to help answer the question, what is the best DAW for 2020? Quick disclaimer, I've not used all these DAWs and by no means claim to be an expert in every one. Also, there are way too many points to cover in one video, so I've tried to focus on the main points for each DAW. If I've missed anything important, then please post in the comments below to help other viewers out. I'd also like to mention that there are other software choices worth looking at despite them not being covered in this video. Ableton Live 10. The thing that sets Ableton Live 10 apart from other DAWs is its live performance capabilities. Ableton's Session View allows you to start and stop different clips on different tracks, all while staying in sync with the global tempo. This is great for jamming out ideas, trying out different arrangements, and even for full live performances implementing hardware such as Ableton's Push. Ableton Live 10 has a great workflow, in part due to its compact layout. It comes with powerful instruments such as the synth devices, wavetable and operator, and sampler devices, simpler and sampler. It also comes with a wide variety of audio effects, MIDI effects, and sample sounds. It's ideal for sound design work, thanks to the instrument and effect racks which offer endless modulation possibilities. These allow you to connect multiple different parameters to macro knobs, add layers using different chains, and more. Another standout feature just introduced in version 10 is the ability to edit multiple MIDI clips within a single view. Ableton Live 10 is one of the most popular DAWs and has tons of great resources. You can learn everything you need to know about the software with YouTube tutorials, website articles, forum posts, and Reddit communities. Ableton Live 10's manual is also well worth reading if you want to get the most from the software. The software's most notable cons when compared with other DAWs are 1. The mixer, which doesn't show channel effects or allow you to alter effect parameters without having to go into a track's devices, and 2. Its piano roll, which is lacking in some features. Ableton Live 10 can be purchased in 3 different versions. Check out the comparison of included features on their website. You can also purchase the Max for Live expansion for more powerful instruments, effects, and tools. ImageLine's FL Studio 20. ImageLine first launched the software as Fruity Loops. It was a MIDI-only step sequencer and it was free of charge. The software revolutionized the way music was made on a computer, making it accessible and fun. It became extremely popular and gained a cult following, particularly with producers of loop-based genres such as hip-hop and EDM. FL Studio 20 has come a long way since version 1 of Fruity Loops, now rivaling other popular DAWs, but its roots still remain and its fanbase does too. This means that, like Ableton 10, there are tons of great learning resources available. FL Studio 20 has a unique workflow in that it keeps the different stages of music production separate. You add sounds and instruments to the channel rack. There you build patterns or loops. You arrange those patterns into a song in the playlist and route the different channels to the mixer. These sections each have their own window. Some find this way of working clunky, while others find it creatively inspiring. FL Studio 20 also shines when it comes to MIDI editing and sound design. Its piano roll is excellent. The Edison audio sampler allows you to sculpt different samples in different ways with ease, and the native synths are powerful, particularly Harmor. FL Studio 20's main flaw is the way it handles audio recording. It is inefficient when compared with other DAWs. FL Studio can be purchased in 4 different editions for a one-time payment that gives you lifetime updates. You'll never need to pay again to update the software. Logic Pro X by Apple. Logic Pro X is a great all-rounder. It handles MIDI, audio, and even video work very well. It's fully featured and comes with arguably the best selection of native plugins in any DAW. It has outstanding mixing effect plugins and a great variety of instruments. Logic Pro X can do pretty much anything you want it to, and includes the Flex Pitch feature, Apple's version of Melodyne. It has a simple workflow and layout, especially for those who have used its free little sibling GarageBand. The big con to Logic Pro X is that it can only be used on a Mac. Perhaps because of this, it doesn't have quite as many resources as Ableton and FL, but there is still plenty to learn from. Logic Pro X is the full package and can only be purchased that way. Apple only provide one version, the full version, and for an affordable price. Cubase 10 by Steinberg, the original creators of the VST plugin format. Cubase 10's main focus is on audio work and mixing. The way it handles these two areas of music production is outstanding. It has arguably the best mixer of any DAW, providing an extremely efficient workflow for mixing tracks. The Cubase 10 mix console is inspired by analog mixing. Every track has a channel strip with all the common mixing effects, and all parameters can be altered from the one screen. The software comes with great effects and some decent instruments as well. Vari Audio 3 is Steinberg's version of Melodyne. If working with only monophonic content, Vari Audio 3 works so well that there is little reason to ever consider getting Melodyne. Cubase 10's most notable cons are its modulation capabilities, it lacks a macro knobs feature, and the fact that a USB dongle is required to run the software. Cubase 10 is available in 3 different versions: Elements, Artist, and Pro. Studio 1.4 by Presonus. Founded by former Steinberg employees, Studio 1.4 is hugely impressive, especially considering it is one of the newer DAWs on the market. The developers seem to have taken most of the best features from other DAWs and put them all into the one software. On top of this, they still managed to innovate. Studio 1.4 focuses on workflow. The aim is to be able to do as many things as possible with just a drag and drop motion or a simple click or two. The software is packed with features that all work extremely well. The pattern or step sequencer, global chord tracks, harmonic editing, scratch pad, groove maps, shortcut customization, assignable macro controls, and the list goes on. For demos of most of these features, check out the Presonus YouTube channel. Studio 1.4 also comes with Melodyne integrated into the software. The main downsides to choosing this DAW is that its stock synths aren't as powerful as with other DAWs, and that there aren't as many resources available for learning yet. Studio 1.4 comes in 3 different versions: Prime, which is free, Artist, and Professional. You also get a discount if you're cross-grading from any other DAW. Avid Pro Tools. Pro Tools is currently the industry standard for professional recording studios. It handles hardware integration and recording extremely well, and its audio editing capabilities are outstanding. Pro Tools also works very well with video. It comes with great effects for mixing and some decent instruments too. Most notable is the synth plugin UVI Falcon. The software's MIDI system is generally regarded as its weakest point. It's also worth mentioning that a USB dongle is required to run the software. Avid recently ditched numbered major updates for Pro Tools and has opted to remove the version number from its name for good. This tied in with the decision to make Pro Tools a paid subscription software. Users must pay a monthly payment to have access to the software. Reason 11 by Reason Studios, formerly known as Propellerhead Software. Reason 11 is designed to imitate working with hardware devices in a rack. With the click of a button, you can flip the rack to see the cabling at the back of the devices. The signal routing can then be altered, providing tons of sound design possibilities. Reason's rack comes with a huge array of great devices, including audio and MIDI effects, instruments, and extra tools for modulation and more complex routing. Reason 11's instruments allow you to do just about anything. For example, it includes wavetable, FM, phase modulation, additive, subtractive, and granular synthesis, along with percussion, cinematic effects, piano, and human choir instruments, and many more. The software also features an analog-style mix console. Reason 11's audio editing capabilities are lacking when compared with other DAWs. That being said, the Reason Rack is available for purchase as a VST plugin to be used within other DAWs. Reason 11 as a studio can be purchased in 3 different versions: Intro, the full version just named Reason 11, and Reason 11 Suite. Bitwise Studio 3. Bitwise Studio's initial release was in 2015, making it the newest DAW on this list. The software was made by former developers at Ableton, and as such the two have clear similarities. Bitwise Studio 3 features a clip launcher similar to Live Session View, a flexible panel-based user interface, and a modulation system similar to Ableton's Max for Live expansion. Despite the similarities to Ableton Live, Bitwise Studio still manages to be unique. Its modulation system is way ahead of that of any other DAW. It uses an impressive collection of devices called modulators, for example LFOs, envelope generators, randomizers, and performance tools to modulate parameters. Any parameter that can be automated, including those of third-party plugins, can be affected by an unlimited amount of modulators. This means that the sound design possibilities are huge. On top of that, version 3 introduced a new feature called the Grid, a comprehensive modular sound design environment where you can create your own synthesizers and effects processors from scratch. Whether you are making something simple or extremely complex, this works great. The software is lacking in pre-made usable devices. A lot can be made from scratch in the Grid, but more pre-made devices would definitely be a welcome addition. Bitwise Studio 3's piano roll is similar to Ableton Live 10's, so again, this is another con. It's also worth mentioning that because of it being so new, it's lacking in learning resources when compared with most other DAWs. Bitwise Studio 3 can be purchased in just one version, and with that comes 12 months worth of updates, including major updates. After that 12 months, users can still use the software and all its current features, but will have to pay another fee should they wish to have another year's worth of updates. Reaper 6 by Cocos Incorporated. Reaper 6 does a lot for a very affordable price. It handles audio, MIDI, and video well, and has a unique way in which its tracks work. In Reaper 6, there is only one type of track, and it works for everything. This gets rid of the need to create separate audio, MIDI, and folder tracks, for example, speeding up workflow. The software has a fully customizable user interface where users can create new themes and upload them to the Reaper website. Other users can then view and download those themes. Reaper has a large amount of decent effects, but is seriously lacking when it comes to stock instruments. Reaper 6 only comes in one version, but users should pay for a license. Which license you get depends on whether you are using the product commercially or earning over a certain amount or not. For most people, the discounted license will be enough. Right, so it's kind of a bit of an anticlimactic conclusion. There is no best DAW. I will be doing another video though explaining my honest opinions on what I think is the best DAW and the best DAW for different uses. So for that and more music production related videos, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any questions related to music production or, well, really anything, then reply to my comment below and I will cover it in a future video. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. That really helped. Oh. Despite this, I don't want to say despite this. What? Just explaining. I don't know if I want to say that. It's a bit of